everybody, welcome back to the PDSG TV. So today I'm going to prepare two types of finger food, or the way you call them, small chops. And the small chops is like, small chops or finger food is what Nigerians call, like, finger food that you can eat easily with your fingers. And I'm going to prepare it now. There are two types I'm going to prepare: meat pie and puff puff. I'm going to prepare two of them. And at the moment, behind me, what you can see is the Italian rice. Let me show you. This is what you call arborio risotto. So this is the Italian version of risotto. Like, risotto means it is actually rice, and it's a different type of rice, and you have different flavors. I actually wanted to prepare this as well today, but I realized that I have one missing ingredient. So right now I'm going to shift my focus on this Nigerian finger food. And the reason why I'm preparing this is not even because of the festivity or anything. One thing I've noticed is that, when it comes to snacks, for example, I've realized that I personally believe that it's best you prepare your own snacks, and then you should also be portion controlled, so you know what you're preparing and everything. So in this case right now, I'm going to be showing you how I mix my flour, and I'm going to be showing you the ingredients for that. But before I actually get started, I have to clean my surface, because we have to work with a clean surface. Make sure everything is clear, and then I would show you how I am actually, doing anything I'm doing. So at the moment, one thing about me is I don't want to be with any of this. So I just want to feel free, and I'm going to put this away. So yes, guys, so I'm going to be cooking, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, by the way, if you feel like my voice is a bit too low or anything, just let me know, because yeah, I don't want to make it look like I'm shouting or anything. But I'm just gonna start doing it now. I said I need to clean the surface, so I'm gonna clean it now. So make sure I'm working with a clean surface, then show you what it's looking like. So I'll have to, and then I have to clear it a little bit as well. So let me just clear. Here is a bit too clear, so I can show you what's popping. By the way, how you guys doing? How's your weekend? How is life treating you? How is everything? So yeah, at the moment I just have to clean the surface so you can see how it is looking like. Yes, so this is my surface at the moment, and I just have to make sure that it's all clean. So one thing I will tell you now, I'm going to speak about the ingredients and what you need for this to do. Because the first thing to do is we're going to mix the dry ingredients. So that's the first thing, dry ingredients. We're going to mix that up. And yeah, I'm going to mix the dry ingredient first. So that's my bowl. So this is my flour. I'm using plain flour, and I'm going to use 850 grams of the flour. So I'm going to turn this on. So by the way, I'm different, yeah, because usually Nigerians will say I don't measure, I go by eye. And one thing I like to do as well, let me just tell you, I like to actually first rinse and wash these things. So I'm just going to do it again. One more. It's not necessary, but if it's something that you like to do, I like to do it. So yeah, I'm going to measure this. So it's just good for you to know the measurement of the bowl as well sometimes, you know, because in case it goes off and then it adds to the flour. In this case now I have 120 grams, and I'm going to tear this. It feels like I'm doing an experiment now, but this is not an experiment, so tear. So come on, go down to 0. Yes, 0. And then I need 850 grams of flour. And that gives me about like 18 to 20 meat pies. So that's what I'm going to do. It gives me about 18 to 20 meat pies. So yeah. So I need 850 grams. Okay, that's not 135. So not to worry if you've noticed that you've went overboard. So just remove a little bit, because I can see it. Now you guys are not able to see what I'm seeing, but I can see it. And I'm just taking it out. So I need 850 grams of my flour to be in here. So it's 868, 47, 49, 50, 850 grams now. So I've got that. So that's good. So I'm just going to put this on the side. Usually you will need some flour on the side just to dust it around, you know, but I'm not going to go for that now. And then I'm going to go for the sugar now. For the sugar, I usually put from 4 to 6 tablespoons. So I'm going to do that now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then for my sugar, I'm just going to top it up. So that's the sugar, is topped up, and I'm just gonna get some baking powder now. And then one thing I would just say, I need just like a teaspoon of baking powder. So let me just show you a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm not going to add any salt to this mixture because the butter I use is already salted, so there's not even any need for me to use any salt. So I'm going to be using salted butter. So I've added, we have 3 dry ingredients right now: the baking powder, the sugar, and the flour. Those are the 3 dry ingredients. And right now I didn't sift the flour, I didn't do any of that. one thing I would need to do at the moment is to, I'm going to actually, it's not whisk, but you know, I'm going to stir everything together, but I'm going to use this to stir everything together to make sure that everything is fully combined. And at this point, I've known that I've mixed all the dry ingredients properly. So I'm going to do this now. So just to make sure that all the dry ingredients are all mixed properly. And then for my wet ingredients, I have, in my case, the butter is wet as well because I always try to melt it, and I don't melt it at high temperature because you have a setting on the microwave that you can actually melt it at, you know, like a defrosting kind of way. So I would need like from 300 to 350 grams of butter. Sometimes you can even do less. It just depends on you. Some people do more. Some people go up to, with 850 grams of flour, some people actually decide to do like with 850 grams, so people actually decide to do 500 grams of butter. They try to use that, but I go for usually 350 because I don't like it to be excessively flaky. That's one thing I don't like. I don't like it to be excessively flaky. So right now I'm making sure that every dry ingredient is combined properly. That's what I'm doing. I'm combining every dry ingredient, and I'm going to put this back here so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So you're not going to be seeing a lot of my face. It's more of me preparing this. And then for this, because I've got like 815 grams of flour, 850, I'm going to need 3 eggs. 3 eggs, 300 grams of butter, and those are my wet ingredients. So I'm going to get the eggs. And then we're going to move to the filling. Like, how do I do the filling? We're going to move to that. So I'm just going to make sure I'm creating a form of, like, you know, just like a little hole in the middle of the flour. A little hole, as you can see in here. And then I'm going to break the eggs. So I need 3 eggs for this. And the thing is, I'm just going to leave them here for now until the butter is ready as well. So just make sure you don't get any shell inside, just the egg. Yeah. Then I'm going to put this on this in here because I'm going to throw it away. I'm going to put that in the bin. And then again. So that's it. So for me at this time, I'm not going to actually mix it now. I'm leaving this one here, and I'm just going to get the butter, and I'm going to show you that as well. Like, how do I combine everything together? So this is going to go away in the bin. Don't need this anymore. That's a whole mixture. Yeah, the butter. One thing about this thing is, even when you're preparing all of this like finger food, I always say never overindulge. That's the thing. That's the secret. Don't overindulge. Don't just do too much. Just be careful. Yeah, just give me a second. I'm gonna run get some stuff. So I need, okay, 350 grams. This alone is how much? This is 500 grams. And I'm telling you, some people would put a whole of this. And I'm like, no, I'm going to put from 300 to like, Yes, something like that. Just 300 in here today because I don't want that much of butter, because the more butter, the more flakiness, and actually the more fat as well. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, hello. Just need something that's a bit deep, so I'm using this 33 grams. Let's start with this one first. Yo, you see, the surface was clean, guys. The surface was clean, so there's nothing we can say about the surface. If the surface wasn't cleaner, you would be like, oh my days, it's so dirty. You guys actually saw me cleaning this, wiping this down with disinfectant. So yes, the surface was cleaned. It wasn't just left anyhow. So that alone is 54 grams. Okay, didn't know I had that much in there. Looks really small. So yes, that's 145 grams. $203. Now I'm almost tempted to do like 285 because I don't really want it to be that flaky. I'm good with it because some people really want it to be so crumbly that you know that there's a lot of butter in it. 257. Because yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. If you want to cut down on salt as well, you have to make sure you don't add any salt to your dry ingredients. So just focus on the salt here. But if you were using unsalted butter, then that's when you would have to use you'd have to add some salt. But because this is not unsalted, I'm like, there's no use for me to add it. Okay. It's a bit over the top for me because I said 300. Yeah, 305. That's 306. That's okay. That's all right. I don't want to exaggerate with this. I'm good. That's the butter you can see in there. And then right now I'm just going to make sure this is melted. That's the secret to mine. I melt this, but some people like to work with this when it's cold, so you just put it in a mixture, you start mixing it all together. I prefer to work with it when it's all melted, and that's what I'm going to do now. So yeah, so let's start. And then here I would have to just like wipe off just a little bit. So just see the process. It's gonna take me like 2 minutes and it's gonna be all white. It's gonna be all ready. The butter is gonna be ready. So I'm just gonna wipe this thing right now because I don't want to see it and I don't like to see it. Actually, I'm gonna use this tissue. And then I'm gonna use a disinfectant. Away from there for now, just to make sure, so that the greasiness is gonna leave. That's why I'm using this. I want it not to be greasy. Right. Yeah. So I'm just going to check on the butter to see if it's ready. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just going to show you now. It's beginning to come together. As you can see, it's melting and it's not feeling warm. The thing is, if I want, I could actually work with this now because it's already melting. But I'm just going to stir the butter together because I prefer to do it this way. Yeah, so I prefer to do it this way. Now I can see that it's all, yeah, semi-melted, not completely, semi-melted, but we're getting there. And then I'm just going to use this to help me out. And then we're going to come to the filling. Right now I'm showing you how I do the crust. That's how I do my crust. Yeah. And then I'll show you how I do the filling, what I put in the filling, the ingredients I would need for the filling and all of that. And then do you know that when it comes to the filling, no, let me just get to the filling first and I will tell you what I do for the filling. So right now it's, yeah, I like it like this. It's very workable. I like it like this and it's good. Okay, so right now I'm gonna get this ones, yeah, some gloves. These are like TPE food gloves, very quick, very easy. Gonna get these ones. And then the butter is really looking silky. I like it to be silky. I don't want it cold because when it's cold, it actually gives a different texture to your meat pie. Because as I said earlier, some people want it to be very flaky, so they just go for that cold one. It's flaky, very flaky, and then they put it in the fridge as well, so for extra flakiness. But I don't want that. So this is this right now, and I'm just gonna see how it's getting now. It's not for me to put it in. I'm combining the flour and eggs, and now it's getting to the point where I'm gonna put this inside as well. So the butter now, that's the side we're getting to right now. Yeah, so I'm just gonna make sure all the butter is inside. Yeah, and then we're getting to it. So as you can see, it's all combining. You can see this, it's all coming together. Yeah. I'm beginning to feel everything all together. You know, this mixture doesn't need water as well. It doesn't need water. It doesn't need milk. It doesn't need any of that. And you would see why. Because the wet ingredients are enough for this to make it, you know, all come together. So, yeah. This is when you need to, you know, you need to knead the dough. And you're bringing all the ingredients together, both wet and dry. They're all coming together. And mixing it, it's all coming together. And I'm beginning to put them all in. Yeah, don't worry if it gets messy around you. For me, the importance is that as it's getting messy, you're making sure that you're clearing it. So for me now, this looks like it's off. It went off. Like I can see it's a bit broken, so I'm going to change that and switch to another pair. So I'll switch to another pair. Yeah, the thing is that I could actually transfer it now to, you know, the counter now, put it on this counter, and just make sure everything is mixing. Yes, I used 306 grams of flour for this. So now I'm just going to make sure that I put it on the table here, on the counter. Make sure that everything goes into it. Yeah, as you can see. Sorry, let me take this off. Yeah, as you can see, it's looking, yeah, it's looking very flaky. This is a lot of strength in your arms, but we are working with this. Yeah, as you can see, the way it's coming up together as well, it's looking like a very flaky kind of. Yeah, it's looking like a very flaky kind of texture. That's what it's looking like. It's going to be flaky when we are moving with this. Yeah, kneading the dough. That's one thing about it as well, is I'm just going to say, you don't need to do it too much, but I'm just going to try and make sure I have like a round shape now, because I'm going to keep it and put it in there to sit. Yeah. Yeah. This time I decided to go for less butter, 304. But the thing is, you can just go from, I would advise from 350 to 500. If 500 is like a whole of this, so be careful, it depends on you. If you want it to be extra flaky. 350 is really good, because that was my previous measurements. I used to always do that off camera actually. But on camera this time I decided to try something different. Don't know why, don't ask me why. So yeah. I'll put this in here. Put this in here, and then I'm going to cover this totally. Okay, I'm going to cover it. So yeah, now it's time for me to do the filling. So in the meantime, I'm still preparing the filling for the meat pie. And this is like, you know, resting and everything. As this is resting, I'll clear this place here first, because I'm still going to work on this side of the table. I'm going to work here. I'll cover that. I'm just going to put this in. Yeah. So right now, just the Essex. This is all I don't need. Yeah. So now I'm going to move you to the gas so that you can see what I'm doing. Actually, before I get to the gas part, you have to see when I'm doing this. So I'm supposed to do this cut a potato. This potato was peeled and washed, and this potato, I'm going to need this for the ingredients. Let's see if it's, yes, I can cut it now. That's good. Peeled and washed, and it was frozen, so yeah, that's why it's looking this way. Okay. And I just want them to, I want these potatoes to be chopped, so they're going to look really small in the mixture, so you guys can see what I'm doing. So yeah, this is looking good. It's gonna look like they've disappeared in the filling, because I'm gonna need this for the filling. And then I'm gonna pop this into this, just a rubber, just to keep this. I'm gonna put this away. So just keep it away. So yeah, this is the filling for the meat pie. So the potatoes, they actually give the meat pie some consistency, you know, when you add this to your filling. It gives it some sense of fullness as well. And one thing about this as well, using, you know, white potato, it's not overpowering. So it doesn't feel like you've done too much. It's just, you know, all coming together. Yeah, that's it for our filling. And now I need to actually move to the onions, and I'm going to use one large onion, white onion actually, for this. Just take off the ends. Take off the ends. Yeah, you know, what do? You do the peeling. So I'm peeling this off. You see, I still need to peel it off. And then I'm just going to rinse it. And then I'm going to cut this as quickly as I can. Because the thing is, white onion can really make you cry. Can make you cry, and that's what I don't want to be doing. gonna turn on the whatever you call that. It's not coming to mind now. Going to turn that on because this onion is beginning to, disperse in the air, and my eyes are feeling watery, which is something I do not like. But what can we do? Because I used to have an electric thing that just cuts the onion for me, but since that got last year, yeah, it got broken last year, and then ever since I've been looking for that same one I had, and I've not found it. That's just the thing. Because this is the list. My eye. So guys, as you can see, I'm crying because of this onion. So that's why you can only see what I'm doing currently. Like I'm doing this right now currently. I'm just chopping the onions. And then I'm going to show you how I do the filling with the meat and everything. But this is too much for me. My eyes are watering, guys. So I just want this process to be over so we can skip this and go move forward. So guys, finally I'm just done with the onions right now, and I'm just going to take you to the, like, you know, the kitchen with me. So I just need to sort this out, clear this. But we are moving to the next phase, which is the filling. So I'm going to be doing the filling, and I'm going to show you what I do for the filling, how it's done, what I do, for example, what I do, and the spices I use for my filling. I'm going to show you that. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna get this place ready. So let's get it ready. Let's get ready. Let's get started. I'm gonna put this away. Wash this. Ready. And I'm gonna take you to the gas cooker with me. So. Oh, wait.
I was just on FaceTime.
So yeah, guys, I'm just trying to adjust it in a way that you guys will be able to see when I'm doing. Okay, so I've got some flour, whatever, when I'm doing this, so that you guys can see it. But just give me a sec. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, just watch as I just try to get this thing sorted, the filling. Yeah, let me show you what I'm using for the filling as well. I'll be using this minced meat. So it's beef. The thing is, you can use turkey as well, because I realized that using turkey minced meat for the filling is so flavorful. 100%, it's so flavorful, and I love it so much. I'm going to be using this one instead, beef, because I couldn't find turkey, so I used beef, and it's 20%. This one is 20% fat. Well, that's one thing as well. If it has fat, don't add oil to your thing. Don't add too much. I'm just going to spray some olive oil just to make the to saute the onions, just to saute the onions. That's what I'm going to do. And then just get ready with me. Don't need this. Just gonna put this away. So sorry guys, just give me a second because I'm just trying to sort this place out for you guys to see. Thank you a lot for joining. And then I was saying that I'm going to prepare the filling right now for the meat pie. So that's what I'm trying to create to make sure. Yeah, you can hear some ice breaking here. Just like I'm trying to make sure that you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. Yeah. So just give me this minute. I'm sorry if it looks like I'm, turning my back against you, but it's not that way. It's just that I cannot really get this camera as far as I want to on the side. So I'll try my best to make it as close as I can. Let me see if I can do it now because I want to try and bring it closer. Okay. So let's see if I can do this now. Let me see if I can bring it closer as I can. But then is it gonna go down? Yes. And is it gonna go this way? Yes. So there's some ice in here, but I'm supposed to be washing this. Yeah, so we're ready now, ready to take it to the gas with me. So come with me. Let's go to the gas cooker. So yeah, you're on this with me, and I'm gonna be showing you. It's gonna be more at an angle. It's gonna be more at an angle so you can see what I've been doing. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna show you now what we've been doing. Sorry if it's a bit abrupt, but yeah, we gotta get this going. Just gonna shift it a bit close, just a bit for now. And then I'm gonna get the pot for this. So the pot. Yeah, now you can see it well. So the pot and the cover. Need to put this away. And I said I was gonna use just a little bit of oil. I'm just gonna turn this on. So just not too much, just a little bit of oil because this on its own, it has 20% fat. So, and I'm gonna turn off the heat very soon. So I'm just sprinkling some oil in here for the onions because I need to saute our onions. And I'm gonna put that in. So I'm gonna put the onion in now. And then just making sure, just turning this. So can you hear the sizzling? Comment here, see if you can hear it. It's sizzling right now, but it's not fully translucent, because that's the color I'm trying to get to it, to when it's translucent, and it's not translucent yet. Just gonna turn that on. Just gonna put some more, and then I'm gonna also show you the spices I use for my that I use for this. I think it's just been like 2 minutes or so, but it's beginning to get translucent. Gonna turn down the fire, and I'm just gonna leave it for 1 more minute. One more. So that's fine now. I've turned it down to the lowest heat right now, and I'm gonna put in the meat right now. So for this, yeah, you just have to put it in. So I'm just gonna put it in. And the one thing about it is that you have to make sure you break it up completely. Because as you can see, it's still very compressed. I mean, it's still very blocked. That's what I mean. So I'm just like breaking it up. Because I didn't bring this out from the freezer too long ago. That's the thing. I was supposed to leave it out of the freezer for longer, but I didn't do that. That's why it's looking very compact together. But you see, we are beginning to get some of the meat out, as you can see. Do you see that? On this side. So it's just some patience, you get there. So yes, well, this is getting all together. As you can see, guys, it's a lengthy process because obviously this meat was not fully roast, but you know, we're getting there in the end. It's all, you know, melting, or it's not looking compact as it was initially. It's all coming together at the moment. So just stay with me. You're getting there with the filling. So at this stage, I'm going to put the spices in because everything is all broken down together. I'm going to put the spices and I'm going to, you know, put the last thing in here and let it simmer for 20 minutes. But in the meantime, let me start putting the spices. I'm going to be using pink salt and I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of pink salt. And mind you, pink salt is a bit more, I don't know to say, it's more salty. It's saltier than white salt. Just keep that in mind. It's saltier than white salt. And as you can see, it's all broken down now. I've added the salt. I'm going to add a bit of thyme. I'm also going to add a bit of turmeric. And it's going to be like a teaspoon of turmeric. Sorry, it's not turmeric, my bad. Curry. I'm going to add some curry, a teaspoon of curry. Curry. Actually, it's 2 teaspoons. Dried basil. I like to add it just a little bit. Then I'm going to keep stirring. So I'm going to keep stirring until the meat is no longer pink. And then I'm going to add the potato to this. So I'm going to leave this to simmer for like 20 minutes. Cover the pot with the lid. So you guys are seeing the real life process of how long it takes to do this for this. And then in the meantime, I'm going to be mixing my puff mixture because that's number 2. So it's no longer pink. It's coming up together. It's coming up. And then I'm gonna add the potatoes. And then add some water. Bruh. And then I'm going to let this simmer for like 20 minutes because the potato have to cook. So that's the thing. It has to cook. And then when the potato have cooked in here, then I'm going to add another special ingredient, and you guys are going to see that. So right now, guys, I've put the filling in there, it's in the pot, and I just need to let it simmer for like 20 minutes, but now it's going to be like, I know another 10, okay? Because 5 minutes have passed in the meantime, I've been saying all of it. But right now, I'm going to be clearing this up, and then I have to mix the mixture for the puff puff. That's what I'm going to be doing. So you guys, for those that didn't know, I'm actually clearing up. Or maybe you want to see me do the clear up so that I can show you this. This is here now, so that you can see it. This is here, is cooking. And then I'm just clearing up because I have to do the second dose, which is the puff puff. And then we are good to go. So the time has almost come for me to like well, yeah, the time has come for me to like make sure everything is okay, because it's almost time for me to take the lid off, just because it should stop simmering, because it's been simmering for a while. Yeah, so just stay with me with this. Now I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour into this, and this is our thickener to make it thick, so it's not longer, you know. Yeah. So I'm gonna add that now. So 2 tablespoons. So that you don't taste the flour, so it's just like going to cook. Mix everything together. So can you see how it's getting thick now? It's like it's soaked up all the water in here. So can you see it? So this is what we're trying to achieve. And then I'm going to let this cook for another 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to show you how I prepare my puff puff. So just follow me, stay with me, let's go. So yeah, here I'm going to show you what I've done. I've already measured 512 grams of self-rising flour. That's one of the secret ingredients for this. Self-rising flour, that's what I use, and I'm going to show you. So that's the self-rising flour, 512 grams. Then 6 tablespoons of sugar. If you want, you can use less, but I use 6 tablespoons of sugar. Then that's what I've added in here. Then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of cinnamon in here for flavor. And then when I'm adding my liquid mixture, I'm going to add my vanilla flavor extract for this one. So I'm just going to put this now in here. And let's and now I'm going to mix everything together. And that's for the puff puff. You just have to make sure it's all mixed together. Yeah. And then this is the secret ingredient for the puff puff. Adding yogurt. So that's this is the wet ingredient with this, along with this one, the vanilla. So that's what I'm going to be putting in here. So I'm going to need this for this. But in the meantime, I have to check this to make sure it's all cooked. And then we're going to move to this one afterwards, so watch out. Just check with me. You're going to see it from there. Sorry guys for the turning, because I know you're seeing all of that. Yeah, you can see it from here as well, kind of. But in this, it's not up close, but you can see what's on it. And it's ready. And this is how our filling looks. It's looking so nice, so thick. In the meantime, I'm just gonna put this back to the fridge because I'm not ready. I'm not gonna mix this yet. So when I started putting some of the meat pies in the oven, then yeah. By the way, for your oven setting, I would recommend you to go on 180 to 170 degrees. You know, you can preheat your oven, and it depends on what you have. Mine is the air type, so you know, air on both sides. So just have to turn that over, and then you know it's gonna be good. So in the meantime, now I just need this space to be cleared again. You guys can see it, but I need it to be cleared again, so I can start rolling the flour, and then you guys are gonna see that. So yeah, I'm gonna roll this now. Maybe if it's too long, it's too much, I don't know. I feel like it might be a bit too much. Yeah. egg wash. Ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm gonna put this in the oven, and the oven is already preheated, and then I'm gonna come back to show you guys how it looks like. So yeah, I'm just putting it in the oven now, and it's gonna be in the oven for like 10 minutes because it's preheated, and then I'm gonna come back again to show you guys what's looking like. So see ya.